So, Vanessa,
Mm-hmm.
how you been since the last time we saw each other?
I've been okay. I'm still, I don't know, I'm still kind of sad most days and a little anxious.
Why are you sad and anxious?
I've just been thinking about, I don't know, like counting my sins lately. Just thinking about it. I don't know, like I just keep replaying the day back in my head at night, and I just think about like everything that I could have done better. It really bugs me.
So, when you say you're counting your sins, are you sinning more or less than before?
I feel like I think that I'm sinning less while I'm trying,
Okay.
but I still like I could count so many things that I've done wrong.
Okay, so how are you trying not to sin? Like, what are you changing?
Like before like if I'm about to lie, like I know, like if I see my teacher and they ask me like if I've read this assignment and I'm about to say like yes, I usually like tell them the truth and say no, I know I shouldn't be lying.
How does that make you feel?
If I tell the truth.
Yeah.
It makes me feel better because I know I'm becoming like Jesus because he never lied. But I don't. I mean, then my teacher knows that I didn't read.
Mm-hmm. So, all in all, you feel
Oh, I feel better. It's better.
okay. And when you do sin, right after you sin, how does that make you feel?
Horrible. Like I just want to take it back. Like I just keep thinking about it. Like throughout the day. Like if I could just go back in time, I would change it.
Do you ever try? Let's just say, as soon as you sin, or say a lie, go back and say, "Oh, I'm just kidding. I didn't read," or "I was just joking."
I don't think I've ever tried that.
So, at night, when you're replaying all the sins that you have made, do you ever repent and ask for forgiveness?
Yeah, I do. Probably like 15 or 20 times per sin.
Okay. And do you think that God is forgiving you?
I hope so. I don't think. I don't know. My pastor says that he doesn't, but I still try.
That he doesn't forgive?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you this. How do you see God? Not how your pastor sees it, not how your parents, but how does Vanessa see God?
I think, well, this is how I would like him to be.
Okay.
I would like him to be forgiving and accept me and know that I make mistakes and that things are out of good intentions. I don't mean to do things wrong, and when I do, I feel really sorry. But I don't know. I've always been taught that God doesn't do that, and he hates when people sin. He doesn't forgive.
Okay. That's funny because I go to church, and how you want God to be, that's kind of how I was taught that God was. But, maybe different religions. So, you told me how you wanted God to be, right? But how do you see God? So, like you personally.
He's demanding and kind of scares me.
Okay.
And he doesn't forgive that often.
That often. So when does he forgive?
I don't know. Maybe if you like do enough good sins to make up for the one sin that you did. I mean, do enough good deeds to make up for that one sin that you.
Okay. So when you do sin, does your self-esteem kind of go down as well?
Mm-hmm.
Do you shut down for a while, or how?
Kind of. I just feel like I immediately feel like really, really sad, and like nothing else at the moment matters except me thinking that I wish I could change it.
Okay. So by you thinking about you changing it, do you think that helps in any way?
Not really.
But you still like to do it.
Yeah.
It makes you feel better
Yeah.
somehow.
Kind of.
Okay. Does it make you realize that since I did this sin and I'm going over it, it'll help me not to do it again in the future?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And you said that has been working because
Mm-hmm.
you say you sin less.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. What do your parents say when they sin? So let's just say your mom sins. How does she take it?
I don't think they. I think my mom. I don't know. My parents never really told me about this, but I expect that she talks about it to God at night and she asks for forgiveness.
Have you ever considered talking to them about this? How they deal with
I could try. I've never done that before, but I could try.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, what made you, I guess, think or maybe do like you sin and at the end of the day you ask 15 times for forgiveness, knowing that he's not going to forgive you? Like, what made you go through these whole series of steps if you don't see your parents doing it?
Well, I was talking to my pastor, and he usually says his sins at night, and because he sins too. And he says that he asks for forgiveness, and he tells me I should do the same thing because he says I'm a sinner and God won't love me if I keep sinning. And so I decided to just do what he does, ask for forgiveness.
Okay. So I know last week you told me that because of all this, you've been going through depression.
Mm-hmm.
How are you dealing with that?
Not very well. I mean, I cry a lot at night. So
Because of the sins that you make, or is it just
well,
another thing
both.
that's bothering you?
I cry a lot because of the sins I make, and that I'm scared that God won't love me and He won't let me go with Him when I die.
Okay. So there are, everybody sins.
Mm-hmm.
And if everybody sins, and you say that God doesn't forgive them,
Mm-hmm.
do you think then that maybe not a lot of people are going to go to heaven?
I guess not.
But doesn't God want people to go to heaven?
I hope He does.
So then, wouldn't you say that if He wants people to go to heaven with Him, He would be a little bit more forgiving.
Yeah, I think so.
So do you think that maybe he is forgiving you and you just have this concept that maybe he's not?
Yeah. Well, I've always thought that. I'm just really scared because my pastor keeps telling me that I'm not good enough, kind of.
Is that the only pastor you have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I have another one, but
do you ever talk to him?
no, not really.
No. Okay. Well, unfortunately, it's time for you to go.
Okay.
But I will see you next time.
Okay. Thank you, doctor. I'll see you later.
Try to work with your depression. Thanks. And don't say too much.
Thanks.
Oh. Hey, you can cut that out.
Don't say too much.
Hey,
It's not the.
oh, no, I didn't.